Welcome to the JC Log Podcast episode 7, Autonomous Living in a Busy World. So it's gonna be a short video because I don't have a lot of time and I'm outside and the weather took a turn for the worse. So it started raining, which is of course not good for recording, but we're gonna try it anyway because I had some thoughts about the last couple of days. Work was a little bit quiet, so I thought I'll try a little bit autonomous living in the sense that I have been working on my garden and I have done some baking and made a lot of content as well in the meantime. But what I notice is it requires a different sort of mind switch or shift, because I notice it's hard to do in these busy times we're living, hence the title Autonomous Living in a Busy World. And I am not sure if I'm ready for it sometimes. You know, you're doing something wholesome, you work on your garden and you make your own food and you bake and you cook, but in the back of your mind you're so used to I should be working or something, or I should be making money instead. Like, what am I doing? Am I wasting my time? That's always a little bit in the background, and it's an uneasy feeling, I must say. It feels like you take a risk or something. I wonder how you guys look at that in your own lives. So let me know in the comments how you started with autonomous living, if you did, and how did you feel in the beginning? Was it like also sort of nervousness or stressful? I think for me it's definitely stressful as well. It's not that easy. Like I love doing it, but oh boy, it costs you the whole day, and I think that is the mind shift I'm talking about. Maybe you should be okay with that. Like, of course you still need to make sure that you earn enough money and you have enough time and resources for the requirements of daily life, say it like that. And maybe you should consciously make that shift, and despite it being stressful and nervous in the beginning, maybe that's something that goes away. And maybe in the beginning it's more work than before, because of course you still need to buy a lot of equipment and gardening stuff and all of those things. Get used to things, like you're not that automated yet in your processes. I guess that is something you need to learn as well, but I always keep coming back to that concept from you need to learn, but you need to have enough time for it as well, So how do you balance that? Again, I'm very curious how you guys look at that. And for me, I'm not gonna lie, it's been challenging. Break. Look at this. It's cloudy, huh? The sun is going under there. This gives you sort of a beautiful sky. Guys, sorry for the interruption, but we're working as well, and this is part of our daily magic. Look at the sky over there. Isn't that beautiful? So nice. Looks more nice on the camera this time. Normally it looks more nice in real life. This time it's the camera catching up on the lighter colors. Beautiful stuff. A little bit apocalyptic maybe. Anyway, it's really raining and I still have a little bit farther to go. So I tried to wrap this up in case it got too rainy, which it does now, by the way. So very uncomfortable. But okay, yeah, it's something to reflect on, I think, that autonomous living. And one thing I noticed though, that even though it takes more time, the more you do it, the more things you want to start doing by yourself. Like I started out with this, just like making this podcast as well, and I have so much ideas and motivation to just, which I didn't have before, like before I started, not much anymore. But I'm getting ideas about making my own music for the podcast, like, you know, making your own tunes, and getting good at photography. And the thing is, if you work on something that you create yourself and not just for like some boss or something, if you consciously start doing that and build it around a topic that you like, in this case it was, I always was interested in autonomous living, but I missed that little sparkle and that fantasy sort of theme around it that gave me that little sparkle and motivates me to just go on with it and do it. And once you get going, once that train gets going, rolling, at least for me, for myself, I noticed that it more and more, like, I start to think like, hey, I want to do this by myself, and I want to do that by myself, and, which is, that's one of the eye-opening things that I experienced the last couple of weeks, despite having that stress of daily life, like sort of, it's still in the background. I think it's gonna be really sweet if you sort of like have all your things sorted out and you can really enjoy that lifestyle, you know, and not having to think about money so much anymore. And you know, if you're further in the process, like maybe a lot further, you can grow your own food. You don't have to go to the supermarket anymore so much. And step by step, you're gonna take some of those burdens away, those daily burdens that take so much of our time as well, you know, and that are way less wholesome. And I don't even know how other people do it, because, like, okay, I work from home, so I have more time for myself. I don't need to commute, and I can take a break whenever I want. But it makes me just think, like, for people that are just in the office all day, and I already feel like I have way less time than I would want to. But I cannot imagine if you go in the morning and you come back in the evening, how you can live and do anything. So that is a wonder to me. So if you live that life, so please, if you're on the opposite side and you're just like not living an autonomous life yet, I hope you will in the future, like more. And not to blame you or anything. Yeah, everybody does their own thing. But if you're sort of still stuck like in that rat race, and I might as well, by the way, very much, even though I work at home. I wonder how you see that as well. So leave your comments as well, like how you sort of make sure for yourself that you have enough time and still get the things done. Because for me, time is a real struggle, and again, that is a worry that I have with like trying to become more autonomous. And you know, it's so interesting that one person stresses and the other one just is cool with everything and has it all arranged, and maybe not on the money part that you can do what you like, but just, you know, just chilling. Right, you work for a couple of days, maybe in the garden, and go sit in the garden or something. I admire that, if you can just, you know, if you can get there mentally and and you got your things sorted out, that you're able to do that. And I think a part of the magic is just a lot of elimination. Instead of wanting more, maybe you want less, and then you will be more able to, live that kind of lifestyle. So that is one of my goals. I'm trying to like erase any debts that I have, or try to minimize the bills that I have, so that part is taken care of, and so that like gives you less stress, and then you go from one thing to another instead of always wanting more, because that is another thing like you can feel very uncomfortable about. We're so conditioned to having, you need a career, and you need to perform, and you need to go on and on and on, and more and more and more, higher, more stuff, more earnings, more, more, always more, and it's just going the opposite route, and just being satisfied with less, or maybe even like in a sort of extremer way, like not a career or something, or even go as far as, I don't know, like not having kids, or those are all, we're so conditioned to live a certain ways. There are exceptions, but I think in general we generally think the same in that regard. We're so pushed to perform, and in a lot of ways we have to. Life is getting more expensive, so if you're not careful, you keep running around and for more and more. But should we? I don't know. I'm honestly not there yet as well. Should you push for something? Should you go big, or should you go modest? And those are two contradicting things, and I guess I'm tempted to think that modesty is more the way to go, but you will give up a lot in the meantime, no doubt. And that is something to think about before you start a journey like that, or at least like how far you want to take it. Because of course you can have a career and a little garden and stuff like that, but if you want to take it a little bit more further, like me, like really, I don't want to say all in, but go a little bit more hardcore, autonomous, and that requires, I think, a bit of a mind shift, I guess. I'm walking through a maze, by the way. It's an interesting place here. See, show you. It's a beautiful place, very calm, very green, different, very different. So guys, know me, it will always go both ways. Got a little bit of reviews and a little bit of the philosophy. Enjoy. Totally new spot again. But anyway, those are some of the thoughts I want to bring out here in this shorter podcast today. And I'm actually glad that it's raining a little bit. It's not that hard, so it's doable. It's a little bit more quiet outside. But I'm gonna wrap it up, because I think I'm going to the store a little bit. It's getting to the busy spot now. And leave me in the comments. Let me know. Are you pursuing a career? Are you pursuing like sort of minimalism and living a very quiet and modest life? Or and both is okay. I'm not judging about anything. I'm just super curious about how they live their lives and how they deal with it, especially with the concept of time in these busy days. And very busy. I'm so busy. I'm busy. Not trying to be busy for some reason. It's I try really hard, but it's still difficult, and it's for so many reasons that we can elaborate on more at another time. But for this moment, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you for being here. Leave your thoughts and comments in the chat, and make sure you follow me everywhere where you see this. Subscribe and all that stuff. And then I see you next time. Thank you so much, fellow travelers. Cheers.